Welcome back to the APP Chicago Open presented by Lexus. We got a great matchup here on the semifinal for women's pro doubles. Jade and Jackie Kawamoto taking on Georgia Johnson and Anna Bright. Winner moves on to the winner bracket final. Loser will drop down on the consolation side, have to battle their way back. Dominic Catalano here with you all day. I got a special guest for this matchup, our very own APP CEO, Ken Herman. Ken, thank you so much for joining me.
Dom, we are in Chicago.
We are. Our hometown, Ken. It's always good to be here, isn't it?
It's very nice to be in Chicago. Pretty busy last couple of days for me.
Ken, you haven't even been in the country, and you're here this morning. I saw you this morning, and I'm like, how are you still standing? But you are.
We've got an exciting match here. Anna Bright to start off.
Nice job there from the Kawamoto sisters on the attack. And you'll see two different styles of play from the Kawamotos to the Bright and Johnson side. Kawamotos are like two brick walls. Are going to get everything back, stay in points, grind it out. I think you're going to see more of attack mode from Johnson and Bright. Just this long on the lob from Anna Bright.
Johnson and Bright 2 weeks ago, APP New Jersey Open. Our silver medalists there. Had a good run, came up a little short against Lauren Strotman and Vivian David in that final. They took last week off. Well, let me rephrase that. Anna Bright took last week off. Georgia went to Philadelphia last weekend and played beautifully and was victorious there. And now here we are, week 3 in a row, Chicago Open.
Georgia Johnson making her presence felt right there, sliding over, taking about 70% of the court.
2-0-2.
Trying to speed up. That's a tough ball right there for Ken, for her to speed up.
It is. One of the things about Georgia and Anna is when they are on, they are on. They won a gold medal earlier this year. And our opening spot, Punta Gorda, you were there for that call.
Yep.
That was kind of the big breakout that Anna Bright kind of emerged in the pickleball scene. And they've played several times since then and have been having great results every event that they've been playing. Kawamoto sisters have also won this year on the tour. They won our Cincinnati event.
Right close to their hometown. They're from Indiana, are the Kawamoto sisters. Anna Bright, Georgia Johnson, Florida natives. Right on cue, Kawamoto's getting everything back. And Georgia Johnson, a big forehand right there though, Ken.
It's really going to be interesting. I mean, the strategy is pretty out there. You've got a couple of big ball strikers that are going to take the pace of the ball, try to dictate point play, and the Kawamoto sisters, they just don't miss. It's interesting how Georgia and Anna are working on their softer game, whereas in speaking with both the Kawamoto sisters, they're working on trying to get more offense.
Right. That's a nice counter there from Jade Kawamoto. So Jade Kawamoto in the orange and red, left-handed. Jackie Kawamoto in the teal and purple, right-handed.
3-0-1.
So when they're on a pickleball court, the Kawamoto twins can't confuse you because one is left-handed, one is right-handed.
But when they're in the players' lounge, I can't tell them apart.
You can't tell them apart. Thank goodness they're wearing different clothes today.
I cannot tell them apart.
As we say that, Jackie turns around and looks at us and gives Ken a smile. That's too funny. That's a nice leave right there from Jackie as that ball sails over her head.
Jackie and Jade's father is here cheering them on. He came in from Indiana. Very, very nice man, very supportive, and very proud of both of his daughters.
That's nice aggressive play there from Jackie. And like you said, Ken, it was the Kawamotos, they're brick walls, they play soft. You have Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson. They like to play hard, not much soft game. And both teams are working on that. And you're seeing that right here early on in game one.
Yep.
Because you're seeing the Kawamotos be a little more aggressive here. And it's a 6-0 lead. Did you see this coming here, Ken?
Well, I don't know if I saw it coming. I'm very fond of all four of these players and always wish the best and that they go out there and play their best pickleball. But you cannot come out there and go for poor shot selections, especially if it's a ball that's not attackable. And Georgia and Anna have pulled the trigger a couple times a little bit too soon. But while we've got a little short break here, I want to give a huge shout out. We were in Philadelphia last week.
Yes.
An unbelievable group of volunteers. Denise Day, her whole team there at the club. We were so thankful and appreciative of being out there. Just a wonderful event. And as we're APP's trying to bring pro pickleball and amateur pickleball to different regions through our partnership with USA Pickleball, very excited to bring the first professional pickleball event last week to Philadelphia. And we can't wait to go back in 2023.
And that's great. You had great turnout in Philly last weekend. Great competition. Some good matches. Was keeping an eye on that all weekend. As we come back in from this timeout, 5 or 6-0 lead for the Kawamotos. And nice ball right there from Anna Bright, finding a good angle.
Anna and Georgia need to focus on getting good depth on their opening volleys to try to keep the sisters back.
Nice defense from Bright and Johnson, but just too much attack from the Kawamotos. And it's a new Jade and Jackie kind of coming at them aggressively now. Wow, I mean, this is impressive. And in the last match, they took out Andrea Coop and Lauren Stratman. That's no little feat, Ken.
The draw was very top heavy. Per the APP Pro Council,
wow, and Jade coming in.
The placements of the top 8 seeds in the bracket were all done by a coin toss. So we had representatives from the Pro Council and the APP staff and referee staff, and the draws were interspitting throughout the brackets, and this is where it came up. But it was fair, and it's very important to show complete transparency when doing the seedings for the draws.
And not for nothing, you have to beat everyone eventually. Whether it's that first round, second round, third round, you got to go through every good team eventually. And the cream is going to rise to the top here. Oh, wow, what a drop there from Jackie Kawamoto. Beautiful touch. You watch this little inside-out forehand drop. And it's dangerous, too, to do that when you have such athletic players on the other side. You're almost begging them to come up. Quick side out for the Kawamotos, and you're seeing the pressure they're putting on. Nice ball there from Anna Bright, finding the backhand side of Jade Kawamoto.
7-0-2.
Wow, all four of these ladies move so well, Ken.
Well, they do, and that was a great example of just how talented Jackie and Jade are. They were completely on defense and found a way to get the offense, got themselves back up at the kitchen line, and made Anna and Georgia play an additional 6 shots out there. Yeah, Anna Bright changed the pattern that time, popped it up. I don't know if that was the right time there. Dom, we've got pretty nice playing conditions. We've got a 30% chance of rain this afternoon. There's no wind, mid-80s, and we've got some humidity. Those players are definitely changing shirts.
But yes, the overcast is helping right now. It's cooled it off just a little.
Both the girls' dinks are clearing the net by maybe an inch or two. So low to the net.
We'll talk about that a little, Ken. Why low to the net? What's the key there strategically keeping that ball low?
Well, you know, it's interesting. I was talking to Jackie and Jade earlier in the players' tent. I mean, these two girls are very even-tempered players, but they're 5'3". It's hard to get the ball to their strike zone when they're not as tall as perhaps, you know, Anna or Georgia, who are coming in at 5'7". So they're trying to keep their dinks down as low as they can, not to put the ball in their powerhouse, and there it was, right in her powerhouse.
Nice pull there from Jackie Kawamoto, and Jackie playing extremely well this first game. Little flip roll down the middle,
8-0-1.
and it's an 8-0 lead for the Kawamotos.
Out, out, come on, let's go.
Second serve. Eight, 0-2.
Wow. Oh, that was one of the first times the Kawamotos were not up on the line. They had pushed back a little bit.
Yeah, they got caught in transition right there. Couldn't work their way all the way up to the kitchen.
Second serve.
Yeah, and they didn't get down low enough for that ball. Georgia got into town a little bit early. She was up at the White Sox, playing pickleball with the White Sox.
I saw it. I saw you at Wrigley, and they were at U.S. Cellular, not U.S. Cellular anymore, Guaranteed Rate.
Yep. Great get by Anna.
Wow, what coverage from Georgia Johnson, too. As Anna Bright gets to this ball, look at the position she's in. Georgia has to come over and cover the whole court until Anna gets back. Georgia does such a good job using her athleticism right there.
Good spot. So yeah, Georgia, JW, and Julie Johnson were hanging out there playing pickleball with the mascot, throwing out some balls. JW's got quite an arm on him.
Yeah,
He's got quite an arm.
He was talking to me about it. He told me all about it. And, you know, he wanted to bat. He said they didn't let him take batting practice. I think he was a little upset about that.
Oh, we've had great fan support here. A lot of excitement for pickleball here in Chicago.
Nice shot cross court there from Anna Bright.
Caught the line.
Eight, 1-2.
Just wide there on the block from Jade Kawamoto. Bright and Johnson are on the board here. Nice finish there from Jackie Kawamoto down the middle. And what makes this so effective here, Ken?
Well, first off, look at how she had her paddle up in that ready position. She was just right there ready to set that ball.
Oh, and nothing you can do off the tape right there. Is blocks it with her hand, but again, not allowed.
We've got 2 courts being live streamed, Championship Court 1 and Championship Court 2.
And then where were you just at, Ken, as well? You were there for like 10 minutes.
I wasn't there for 10 minutes. APP growing the sport internationally have welcomed both the English Open and the Spanish Open on the 2022 tour. I spent a day and a half in Madrid. Your counterpart, Laura McLaughlin,
Big finish from Georgia Johnson.
Laura McLaughlin is live streaming there live on APP TV as well. From all the excitement taking place with the Spanish Open. The 2 majors over in Europe are the English and the Spanish Open. So we're great to have established partnerships with them. Mark DeClercq was there with a great sold out crowd. You know, it's interesting that Europe's a little bit behind USA as far as the growth is there, but just as far as players playing. But the 400 people that were there, and they must have had another 75, 85 volunteers. So much excitement and enthusiasm, and I wanted to get back here, but then there was part of me that didn't want to get back here. I really was enjoying Madrid.
Right.
But certainly wanted to go out there and support them. And we're probably about a week or so away from announcing our 2023 schedule and welcoming both the English and Spanish Opens on board next year.
Very
Who knows?
nice.
Maybe we'll send you to Madrid next year, Dom, and we'll put Laura back here in Chicago.
Don't tease me with a good time, Ken. You know, she's out there in Morocco, and I'm seeing all this, and I'm like, wow. I'm in Highland Park. I love it. But no, this is one tournament I wouldn't miss. It's nice and close, you know, to family. My kids live 10 minutes from here, so it's always nice to come back here to Chicago for the Chicago Open.
This is where it all started, Dom.
It is.
Chicago's where we started.
Nike Park in Naperville. I had a long talk with Dana about it the other day.
All right, 8-4. They're continuing to close on the lead a little bit.
Yeah, it was an 8-0 lead here, and Brighton Johnson answered with a 5-0 run of their own so far, and still going. And a rare miss on that forehand dink from Georgia Johnson. She does such a good job, Ken. She's so long. Her arms are so long. She reaches that in for that forehand dink.
No, Dom, you're exactly right. And I think as we're seeing that more and more from some of the top pros, anything they can do off the ability to lessen their opponent's time to get ready, taking that ball early inside that kitchen line before laying it bounces are all things that we've really seen the game evolve in the past 18 months.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Georgia Johnson goes around the post. She hits this to the inside of Jackie Kawamoto. Watch this. Jackie overruns it.
Yep.
That goes off of her right hip, not her left hip.
And Jackie was there. She was covered. She saw it coming. Big point out here. 5-8 if they can get another point on the board.
Nice leave. Right there from Jackie Kawamoto.
5-8-2.
Oh, and she keeps it in. Jade let it go. I think she thought it was going to be out.
Anna put a little flick of topspin on that ball, got around the side of the ball, and it curved in.
Yep, and now within 2.
8-2.
Georgia, what hands. Wow, Georgia Johnson literally kept them in that point, and Anna Bright able to finish.
7-8-2.
An 8-0 run followed by a 7-0 run, and still going.
Great ball.
Oh, man.
Jackie did not get down for that ball at all. She went down with her back. Timeout, Dom.
Wow, I mean, Kawamoto's were in control, up 8-0, cruising. 3 points away from ending this first game. Anna Bright, Georgia Johnson call a timeout. They got to 8-4, forced the Kawamotos to call a timeout. Now the Kawamotos burn their second after they score 4 more. 2 8-0 runs by all 4 of these ladies, Ken. What's the difference here for Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson, though, to come back?
Well, Anna Bright and Georgia have done a good job of being a little bit more selective of when they're going to step up and go for their shot. They're being a little bit more patient. Kawamotos have lost their line. They're not up on their line as well as they were earlier. And I still think there's some balls that they can take some chances on. You know, it's so important when you're in that situation where you've had the lead and they come back that you don't panic. You go back to the basics, a good return, a good first volley, getting the ball deep, making your opponent get placed in a compromising position. So I'm sure during the changeover, those are some things hopefully the sisters were talking about each other. We just got to go back to some basics and reset.
We'll see what adjustments the Kawamotos made in this timeout. 8-8 here. No answer here for the Kawamotos.
Jade did not move her feet on that ball. She knows it.
8-2.
I mean, when you're up 8-0 and then now you're down 10-8, the court looks like Rhode Island, and for for you know, Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson, it looks like the Atlantic Sea. It can't miss. And look at everything just falling for them right now. Everything going the right way. What a dig from Jackie Kawamoto to stop that run. They held off a game point there.
8-10-1.
That's it.
It's a good play. Georgia set herself up, went out wide, took Jackie out wide, put the closing ball down the middle.
Wow, Anna Bright's athleticism right there. You thought that she was out of position twice. Kawamoto just didn't get it far enough to her backhand side there.
Anna doing a good job keeping that paddle up. Even if she was pulled out of position, she kept her paddle up.
Oh, and right off the right hip of Anna Bright. And the Kawamotos fight off another game point, but it'll be game point number 3 here
8-2.
for Brighton Johnson.
And they take the first game.
Wow. I mean, 2 huge runs by all 4 of these ladies here, but it is Brighton Johnson on top. Game number 1. Game number 2, women's semifinal matchup. Georgia Johnson, Anna Bright coming back after being down 8-0 to win 11-8. What a game for Johnson and Bright. Let's see what Kawamoto can do coming back here in game number 2.
The Kawamoto sisters will have the sun in their eyes now. But again, very little breeze out here. Actually pretty ideal pickleball conditions.
0-0-1.
Good leave right there from Jackie Kawamoto.
0-0-2.
Nice finish there from Anna Bright, and Bright and Johnson pick right up where they left off from game number 1.
1-0-2. Point.
A little wide from Jackie Kawamoto, and Jade and Jackie have no answer right now for Georgia Johnson and Anna Bright.
Side out. 0-2-1.
Wow, and they are just not missing our Georgia Johnson and Anna Bright right now. They are not giving up anything.
A couple breaks have been falling their way.
0-2-2.
That's a nice point for Jackie Kawamoto right there. She put a lot of pressure on both Georgia and Anna Bright right there.
And she jammed Anna off of the left hip. A little more offense from her.
Well, the Kawamotos finally get back on the board. They hadn't scored. They had been outscored 13-0. Going from game 1 to game 2. Oh, good coverage there from Georgia Johnson as Anna Bright tried to go around the post. She had it.
She had it.
Good cover though from Kawamoto. Little wide right there, and I'd like to see Bright slow one of those down. She got into it, 1 or 2. Okay, Kawamoto's gonna get back, slow it, get back into a rhythm. She was trying to prove a point there, it seemed like.
But one thing I will say that Anna's doing better. Last couple weeks ago, again, APP New Jersey, Anna found herself gaining off of her line a little bit, off of the pace that Vivian and Lauren were throwing at her. So today she's done a very good job of holding on to her line and really dictating the point when she's had to.
When it's right there for Jade Kawamoto down the line. Just overhits this a tad.
2-1-1. Serve.
That time Anna came in on that ball. Her follow through did not lift up. She flapped her wrist over. That's why that ball went into the net.
Georgia's so quick. Her hands are so fast, Ken, that she's able to adjust to those speed ups.
Well, when she doesn't start them.
Right. Oh, nice read there from Jackie in the middle, Ken.
But that's the Kawamoto sisters getting a little more offensive, taking some chances out there. They realize they've got to tweak things a little bit here. They're down by 2, but I'm sensing that they're trying to work on some different patterns.
3-1. Serve.
Sensing the Kawamotos get a little frustrated right now with Brighton Johnson being able to get everything back, and are frustrating them that they usually are the ones doing that to opponents.
Well, yeah, Dom, that's a great observation. You're right about that. So that's, again, why the Kawamoto sisters are going to have to take some chances here and find some balls that are in their power zones and see if they can't cause a little bit more damage.
2-3-2. Side out. 3-2-1. Second serve. 3-2-2.
A little wide right there from Anna Bright. And a much needed side out there for the Kawamotos. Try and keep this momentum going, get back in this match. Needing game 2 to force a third game.
3-1.
Oh, well done. Nice crossover. Good job moving forward on that ball.
3-3-1.
Offensive lob.
Oh, and off the tape right there. Bright getting a little love right there off that tape, and nothing that Jackie Kawamoto could do right there.
Again, all the breaks seem to be going Georgia and Anna Zari right now.
3-3-2.
That's a good ball there from Anna Bright, finding a little bit of a hole. She had Jade pulled all the way to that sideline, find that hole in the middle.
3-3-1.
There she is stepping in. That's exactly what we talked about. Interesting also that the Kawamoto sisters are returning more balls down the middle of the court. They were returning a little bit more to the corners game 1. I wonder if they're trying to take down the angles of Georgia and Anna by going down the middle.
Wow,
Well
what
done.
a point for the Kawamotos. Again,
Well done.
pulling Anna Bright completely off. Georgia does her job here. Covers middle, gets that back, but you're only 2 ladies on the court. You can't cover all that ground when one of your partners is off the court. Nice point construction from the Kawamotos.
Three, 2.
Nice dig from Jade. Oh, turning defense into offense is Jackie and Jade Kawamoto. Beautifully done. Work their way up to the kitchen line, and then that backhand flip from Jackie down the middle.
4, 3, 2.
We've got a packed house over on CC2. George's brother JW is over there right now in the first game, playing with Pickleball.
Good finish there from Anna Bright as she stayed consistent. The Kawamotos were on defense that whole time.
3, 4, 1. Serve.
Tough ball for Georgia Johnson to handle as Jackie Kawamoto clips the tape. And a nice drop right there from Johnson.
Want to do a shout out to Laura McLaughlin. She's over at the APP Spanish Open right now. They are streaming those matches on APP TV, both on Facebook and YouTube. But they're in bed over there right now. So you people will have to probably watch the repeat on those. But Lauren's been over in Europe and was able to spend a couple days with the team over there, and a lot of excitement with pickleball growing in the country of Spain.
Unforced error there from Jackie, and a timeout from Jade and Jackie Kawamoto as Brighton Johnson in control here now, up 6-4 in game number 2 after taking game 1 11-8. Here at the APP Chicago Open presented by Lexus. Let's take a look at our bracket and how we got to this point on the women's pro double side. Jackie and Jade Kawamoto took out your 1 seed Andrea Koop and Lauren Stratman to move on to face Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson, who took out Sarah Ansbury and Corinne Carr. Other matchup going on an outer court. Mary Brasha and Susanna Barr taking on Etta Wright and Lee Whitwell. Whitwell and Wright had a retirement win over Jarjim and Pidigamaite. I heard that Jarjim got hit in the hand off of her partner. And then Brasha and Barr took out Vivian David and Alex Trong to earn their spot in the other semifinal. So as we come back from this timeout, Kawamoto is looking to answer here and slow down the momentum of Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson.
I'm in 6-4-2.
Anna Bright to serve on second server here, up by 2.
Point.
And right now it just seems like the Kawamotos are on their heels a little bit because of the pressure now that Johnson and Bright are putting on them, Ken.
Well, it's interesting, Dom. A player makes an error in pickleball when they tend to change the direction of the ball. The shot before them, we saw Jade change the direction of a down-the-line ball trying to go cross-court with it. She maybe should have worked the point a little bit more and been a little bit more steady within the rally.
Nice ball from Johnson. As she set that up, she was waiting for that ball that she could reach in and flip middle. She had Jade Kawamoto pulled to the sideline, created a hole in the middle. She found it.
Wow, good spot down the middle again from Anna Bright. They're pulling the Kawamoto sisters out wide and then doing that 1-2 punch with the first one out wide, second one then going hard down the middle.
Again, there's the pressure from Bright and Johnson. They are just firing on all cylinders. They're on their toes. The Kawamotos are on their heels. Everything is moving forward for Anna Bright and Georgia Johnson right now.
Timeout.
Yeah, and the Kawamotos calling that timeout. And so what's happening right now, Ken, is again, the Kawamotos on their heels. It's tough for them to kind of move up as you have Johnson and Bright putting on so much pressure. What do they need to do to change that?
Oh gosh, I think two things. First thing they've got to be able to do is see if there's some balls that they can take out of their opponent's strike zones a little bit, trying to make them a little bit more vulnerable, that they can go in there and try to be able to dictate. Second thing they got to be able to do is ask yourself, why are they getting caught in that position to begin with? So I would take a look and see what shots they're giving Anna and Georgia right now and seeing what's not working off of that pattern there.
Yep.
Are they, maybe they should take some balls more down the middle, as it looked like they were doing at the early stages of this game. But then as they're volleying, you know, you can either volley a ball out wide to your opponent, or you can try to handcuff them down the middle. And I wonder if those are some things that they should take a look at to see if that's what's putting them in that so-called spider's web to where they're not able to take the offense.
Next up on championship court here, we have a good one. Dekel Barr and J.W. Johnson taking on the 27 seed, Ken, out of Minnesota. Anik Lohani and Amrik Donkina will take on Johnson and Barr next up here on championship court. But before that, it is all Georgia Johnson and Anna Bright right now, leaning in, putting pressure on. And that's a frustrated Jackie Kawamoto right there, trying to make something happen on a low ball, and it'll give Bright and Johnson match point. That will do it right there, down the middle from Georgia Johnson with an 11-4 victory in game number 2 after taking game 1 11-8. Ken, that's a 22-4 run to end it for Bright and Johnson. Great match by these ladies. They're moving on to the winner bracket final. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'll talk to Georgia Johnson and Anna Bright, get their thoughts on this matchup and what it's like to move on to the winner bracket final here coming up this afternoon at the APP Chicago Open presented by Lexus.